Jorge. What's up, buddy?
What's up, bro? How are you?
Going on? I'm good, man. JT is at a Hornets game and decided that's where he was going to hang tonight. So it's
Dang,
just you and
okay.
I, buddy. It's just you and I, buddy. So can't
It's
do all the
Hornets
crazy
fan.
intro.
Is this turning into Hornets fan TV now?
No, 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 no. You know better. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. So,
Nice.
man, all kinds of shit's been happening, right? We've had some preseason games. We've had some kit drops. We've got players that are not signing that we wish would maybe get signed. We got maybe a breaking news from Top Bin 90 tonight, man.
You
So
know what's crazy? It
what's that?
feels like it was forever ago that Miguel said we are screwed, and it's only been a week, right?
Yeah. Right. Well,
It was last Thursday.
yeah. Was it only last Thursday?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I
Well, that was the open practice, right?
Yeah, last Thursday, because I remember cutting that video last Thursday and putting it out.
Man, that seems like months ago, doesn't it?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. We got like 9 days left, man, and we're all gonna be in DC, man. Right. So,
Right. Yeah.
So, what'd you think of that new kit?
Bro, the kits are fire, bro. I don't care what anybody said about our home kits. I love the home kits, and the away kits look so good too. They're clean, bro.
Yeah.
Even I was at the game in Charleston, and they look nice, bro.
Oh, the one on Tuesday, yeah. Oh, yeah, Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the
what's
one
up.
Tuesday night. And I think we've got, like, for what Adidas offers MLS,
Yeah.
we got some nice kits, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was looking at the Austin one. They kind of went minty as well, right? But it's not as clean as us. But they're green anyways, right?
Yeah, everybody in the MLS wants to be like us, bro. They're like Mint City. Charlotte's minted. Let's all do mint. So.
Yeah. I mean, everybody. I mean, even what is it? New England was doing that with Fuchs stuff, right?
Yeah.
You remember seeing that tweet?
Yeah.
That was original. We're screwed. We're Fuchs. We're everything, man. We're already, everybody wants to be us, man. That's right. Charlotte FC, folks. Yeah. So, man, the kit's legit. And if you guys don't know, and if we hit 1,000 subs before kickoff next week, we will buy a lucky person a kit or the choice of the mint color or the blue color, whatever you want. So,
hey guys, make it happen.
Subscribe. I don't know, man. Last count was about 830, so we're about 170 away.
That's definitely doable.
Yeah, I know. All I gotta do is
free kit. Are you kidding me?
Free kit. That's what I'm saying, man. But yeah, I mean, so Darren put in here, he was surprised that Mara answered your question, man. But he's been pretty transparent lately, man. Tell us how that went down. How you got that answer?
Which one?
The one where we're screwed, right? Or we're fooked.
So check this out, man. So after the open training, you were there. There was the press, and so typically Miguel answers questions in English and then goes into Spanish. That's typically how it's done. And we were just asking him questions. So the first thing I really liked is he was only supposed to stay for a couple of questions. He said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna answer all the questions these guys have today." He was like, "Today is your day. You guys ask me whatever you want. Today we're gonna answer anything you want." So after a whole bunch of questions, there was a moment where he started talking about like how difficult it was for Austin FC and their first season, and how all the teams how it's so difficult to gel a team together. And he was having this conversation. So I was like, "Miguel, so what should Charlotte FC's expectations be for this season when you're kind of giving us this Austin FC example?" And he's like, "Well, let's wait till I finish up my roster. Ask me again that question." And then at the end, he was like, "But right now we're screwed."
Right.
And as soon as he said that in Spanish, bro, as soon as he said that, I literally wanted to stop him and be like, Hold up, Miguel. You did not just say this."
Right. You're backing out, right? Because, when we announced him, it was like, we're going to playoffs, right? Now he's like, we're screwed, right? Yeah.
And then I looked around me. I guess half the people didn't understand what he said. I was like, there's no way no one else caught this.
Right? Yeah.
He said to them, like most everybody else speaks English.
Yeah.
So,
I try to speak English.
And
But yeah,
so
that was a good clip, man. That was pretty fun, man. So,
yeah, eight hundred
I made
thousand views later,
yeah,
there we
that tweet took off, man. You went viral, man. You MLS viral for sure.
right. We're already
Yeah, man.
starting MLS.
What's I know, right? That's what's up. So, yeah, just to we'll just run down through a couple of things. So, yeah, I heard that there's been over 65,000 tickets sold for the LA Galaxy game, right on March 5th.
Right,
Um, I believe they sold out the top bowl, is what I heard.
right.
So that's pretty impressive, man. They might hit that mark.
It is
You
pretty
know?
impressive, man. I mean, for a team, a brand new team, it's really showing the culture that there is for soccer here in Charlotte. I mean, I think the biggest game that we've had has been like Liverpool, AC Milan, and that I think sold like 61, 62,000. Don't quote me directly on that, but like
We're
or
quoting
maybe
it.
one of the Mexico games might have outsold that one.
Right.
But I mean, to be at 65,000 for a brand new franchise, an MLS team,
Yeah.
that's very, very impressive. That lets you know that there's a market for football here. Now we just got to see the product on the pitch. So I
Yeah,
think that
yeah, yeah.
the easy part for marketing right now has been that like they have nothing, the fans have nothing to reference when it
Right.
comes to soccer, right?
Right.
Now we have something to reference, which is the team that we have,
Right.
right? So any marketability right now, it's going to be good. The first 10, 15 games, I think will be great. Like no matter what you do, there's going to be that interest.
Right.
After that is what I'm curious to see because people are going to start judging it off the product, not just what we have, right? Not
Right.
just what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. No, it'd be interesting to see. I'm hoping that, obviously we have good results, of course, right? But,
Right.
regardless, I hope the fans show up, right? It's the first
100%.
season,
Well, you're already
I
seeing
think
it, man. You saw
yeah.
it last Saturday in Charleston. Blue
Oh, that
Furia
was
was out there,
fun,
Mid
man.
City, Southbound
Yeah.
and Crown.
Yeah, yeah. All them boys, man. It was a good time, right?
It was a great time.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could already start feeling the passion. And
Yeah.
even like somebody was singing till the minute 90, man. Even
That's
if we
right.
were losing 1-0.
Well, I mean, the game itself, I mean, I don't know. What do you think of the game, man? I think, we were down 10 men, not to make an excuse, right? I mean, Fuchs got a boot to the eye, right? So,
Yeah.
but, you know, I don't
So
know.
I
It was
just
kind of
I
ugly
just
that
think
first
like
game,
their first time, bro, they're in front of a crowd for the first time. They're all playing together. They're
right?
still trying to understand Miguel's system. So even Miguel said it, man. Like they just feel like impatient to want to learn. They're eager to learn what he wants to implement, but they're
Right.
just not there just yet. And we noticed it a little bit more in the second game. Players are
Yeah,
more composed.
yeah,
You can start seeing some of those tactical things that Miguel wants to implement.
yeah.
I thought it was interesting that he started Titi Ortiz as a false nine instead of Swiderski from the get go. But
Right.
even Titi, he looked good, man. He caused a couple of plays that almost led to goals. So
Yeah. I tell you who I was impressed, at least with in the second game, was Jan, man. He looked solid. He was good with
yeah,
his feet. He was reading the game well.
yeah.
And
I really like that he's always looking for that like cutthroat pass, bro.
right. Yeah,
He's going
yeah.
to push the ball along or try to move it forward.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that was the thing though, right? The first game I felt like you said, right? Pre-game jitters, right? Trying to learn each other, where you're going to be at, how you can count on your teammate to be where you expect him to be.
Right.
But then it's like, some of the passing was questionable, at least in the first game. The second game it got
Yeah.
better, but you can still see at least I saw the improvement in the Columbus game.
Hey man, even like players like Alan Franco, bro. I think the first game he just looked awful.
Yeah, yeah.
But second game, man, you can start telling like, okay, there's quality. He picked out the ball a couple of times for Zelarayan, I think it was. I mean, he
Yeah.
was he was solid in that 8 role.
Yeah, there was well, I mean, we all saw the where they cleared the bench. That was, me as a fan, I love that shit, right? Because it just shows that
Yes,
they
dude.
got their backs. I mean, as a coach, maybe not so much, right? Because you're scared somebody's going to get a stupid yellow or
Yeah.
even sent off, right? But
I
to
wonder if
see that,
that played a factor in like taking a lot of these players off right from the get go in the second half.
what do you mean?
Well, we had 4 yellows by the halftime. And he substituted Yordi Reyna. I can't remember all the substitutions that were done, but 2 or
Yeah,
3 of them had yellows.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was thinking
Well, I
I was
mean,
thinking
that's it,
maybe
possibly. but then
Yeah,
it could have been the system he wanted to try out as well, right?
that's true too. Yeah,
You know, the one thing that I am worried about is the amount or lack of shots on goal that we're having,
yeah.
man. You know, we seem to be pushing up, and then we'll just pass it all the way back, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh
dude.
man,
That's something that, like, I noticed with Swiderski. Swiderski is a very, very clever player, man. Like,
right?
he knows how to work those spaces, and he's, like, ready to make the runs, but, like, nobody is
He had no
finding
service. Yeah,
nobody is finding him, and then he has to continue to drop back. Like, there was a point he was he was behind Adam Armour, our left back.
right,
I was like, "Swiderski does not need to be here right now. He needs to be up
right.
top,"
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He's
Tell
playing
me
that king game.
right? He was frustrated because he wasn't
He was
getting the
getting no
ball, he wasn't
service.
getting service.
100%.
That's one thing I have to criticize. Like, bro, one of my favorite players so far from what I've seen is Chris Hagard.
Right.
He
Oh,
is
yes,
saucy
legit
on the
player, man.
ball, bro.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is so good on the ball, but
Right.
then after he does some really
Final
good
pass,
things,
man.
he just goes back. I'm like,
To the
no,
keeper,
bro,
all the way
play
back
this
to the
fucking
keeper.
ball.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep moving, man. You know, that's what I'm saying. And again, I guess that goes to the point, right? I mean, the lack of shots on goal. I mean, we
Yeah,
almost squeaked it out there at the end on
yeah.
Tuesday.
Even that play at the end where Chris Fogart almost got the goal.
Yeah,
It was just pass, then pass, then pass, then nobody was
right.
shooting. I was like, somebody shoot the
Shoot
freaking
the fucking
ball.
ball. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was
Man, we're
like,
City, man.
yeah,
They got
that's exactly
City's
what I
got
thought. I was like, somebody wants to just like
just
pass it
walk it
in.
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. We're gonna walk it out a win. I mean, they stole that manager right over there in City or the lookalike, right? Old Pep looks like Mars, right? Now they're trying to steal our tactics,
Uh,
whatever. But yeah, it'd be exciting to see what we do against Miami this Saturday. You
yeah,
going?
yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. I've kicked the tires a couple of times. I just don't think logistically I can do it.
I
So
gotcha.
yeah, man.
No
So
worries.
you're just gonna
We'll
have
be
to shoot me a bunch of pictures and tell me how it is.
I got you,
But
bro. I
yeah,
know that
yeah.
I know Patrick and the hooligans are gonna be there.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Patrick and hooligans,
Yeah.
man. There they are. Speak of the devils, you know. Yeah. So man, it's been a good week, I'd say. Here we go. Let's see. So Queen City Soccer Report. Hey guys, if you haven't, man, check out this channel real quick, right? This guy's doing some good stuff too. Not strictly on Charlotte, but he's got some good content out there. So go check him out and hit his button as well and show some love out there. But
All
yeah,
right. I'll make
you
sure I
know,
do.
yeah, yeah. So we need to create better quality chances, of course, right? I mean, I saw that. I was worried about that in the open training, right? Some of the when they were doing the crossing and the passing and that kind of stuff, they looked a little off, right? But
Yeah.
you know, and yeah, Rainer impressed me too. But we'll see what happens.
Corujo, bro. Corujo was so good too, man. Like he
Hmm.
was giving freaking Sardis nightmares.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's good to stack up against another MLS team, right?
It is.
It kind of sucks. I feel like that we played Charleston first. You know,
Yeah.
because I think if we had played them the second game, we might have taken them.
I mean, yeah, but then you also run into the risk of maybe we lost 4-0 against an MLS side in our very first game because we were nervous.
Let's not make excuses, man. Right. So yeah, Miami Saturday. I'll be watching it through the app or on the live stream that the club pushes out. So
Right.
yeah, that was good. Some news broke today, right? What's his name's not signing for the club apparently.
Yeah, Overton.
Yeah. Do we know why? Was it just because I don't know. I felt like he would have been a good depth player, but I'm not sure how it was for the green card
So
and all that.
I've been having conversations with people because people are going back and forth whether he had a green card, he didn't have a green card. From the
Right.
two people I've talked to, they've told me he has. Now I
Okay.
can't 100% confirm that or 100% deny that.
Oh, come
This
on,
is
man.
conversations I'm having and things I'm asking, and based on the two conversations I've had, they said, yeah, he does have a green card. So hypothetically, if he has a green card, this is what I'm thinking based on what I see. There's a combination of a couple things. One, I think since we're going to be signing one more player, at least one more player before end of the season, before the beginning of the season,
Right.
that probably took into an account. I think Santos, the very first game he looked decent. He didn't play the second game, and so maybe Miguel is looking to work with a young winger to develop him versus having a guy like Gabriel Oberton, who maybe he doesn't see fit his system the
That's
way
fair.
Santos could, right? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
those would be kind of my if I was a guessing man, I think all those factors played into a role of him saying, "Hey, you know what? Long term, Gabriel Oberton is not going to fit the system I want, and it's not going to fit the plans I want." Which,
Yeah.
if you're asking me, I'm like, bro, I would take Oberton all day, especially if he has a green card. He's a great depth player.
At
He
least,
can
right?
come in and do a job. But again, I'm not the coach.
Yeah, every time I've seen him play, I think he's played pretty well. Yeah, I mean, minus the Charleston Battery game, right? I'd say that was a little off for everybody. But yeah, like even when I saw him at Independence, when we go out to those Independence games, he was always active and busy, and just doing all kinds of good stuff. I felt like a lot of play went through him, and then even where we almost scored the goal at the end there, it seemed to go through him as well. So
Right.
that was an interesting piece of news that came out today in regarding that. But there was a name, I can't think of his name. He's a Romanian player that I saw a lot of chatter on the interwebs today that says that he might be coming to Charlotte. I believe he was a winger or a striker. I'm trying to find that name real quick, but I can't find it. But anyways,
You
you know
broke
what
up.
I'm talking about?
I couldn't really hear you. What did you say?
I said there's a player that was coming in from Romania, right? That I saw a lot of
Oh,
chatter on the webs
yeah.
today. So
David Mikulescu.
McCaskill,
Yeah.
yeah. So, it's kind of funny. I'm reading some of these articles from over there, right? It's like, the club wants to sell apparently, but they want a decent amount. I think they're looking for like 1 million for him. But
Mhm.
then his dad was saying like, we're going to look at these offers, but yeah, we're not sure if we want to go to the MLS. We'd rather stay in Europe and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I
you
don't
know,
know.
you know,
I would keep an eye on both of the players that we've been linked with.
yeah.
Both
Who's the second player?
the Greek striker,
Right.
Fotis, and
Fortis,
then
yeah.
David. And so I think there something can happen with both of those deals. So
You think we can get both of them, or at least one?
I think we'll get at least one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so too. Yeah, so like Graham said, there was a extra time podcast today. They put a prediction out and said we're going to be lucky if we get 30 points. Now, I think it was Charlotte FC News on Twitter had a really good thread, right, where he went back and looked at all the previous expansion teams over like the last 15 years or something, and then within the first 10 games, they only had like 10 points. But then, like it seemed like the second half of the season, you know, the teams got better, right? I mean, other than Austin, but it was Atlanta, right? They got like 44 points after their first 10 games, which is
Right.
huge, right? So, I feel like it was going to be plenty of time for us to gel, right?
Yeah.
That's going to need to happen. So, but again, seeing the transition from Saturday to Tuesday's game, I was pretty impressed.
Yeah. Same here. Same here. I think I mean, I don't think we'll be that bad, but I also don't think we'll be that great either.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
think we'll make the playoffs?
you know what? If you'd asked me before Miguel's comments, I was really confident. And
Yeah,
before Machi's fell through, I would have
yeah,
told you we could have finished anywhere from 6th through 9th. Like either
dude,
right
it seemed
in the
like
spot or like just missing it barely.
yeah,
But after that news, after what Miguel's been talking about, after watching 2 games,
yeah,
I it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
yeah. I,
Especially like you're talking about the first 10 games. We play Atlanta twice, we play New England twice, I think we play Philadelphia Union. We play some solid teams
Man,
in
we
that
got a hard
first 10
coming out the
games.
gate. Yeah, yeah, for
And
sure.
so like I mean, the winnable one is I think is Cincinnati, but even then, you never know, right?
DC's winnable too, I think.
It is winnable, but you know what? I think their coach is starting to gel their team as well.
Yeah, right, right, right. Yes, going back to your matches comment, right? When we lost that deal, it seemed like a lot of momentum kind of dropped right there, right? It just kind of stopped it felt like everything was happening and everything was good. There was good vibes, and then it was like, bam, first piece of bad news, I guess, all
Right.
over a bar fight, you
Yeah.
know? But
Yeah.
what
That,
what I read there is that, the, MLS has a termination agreement, right? If you get charged or whatever, then they can cut your contract and not have to pay you.
yeah,
So,
which no agent is flying with that.
no, right?
Right?
I mean, just don't get it in trouble. I mean, hell, me and you go out all the time, we don't get in bar fights, man. It's that easy, right?
Yeah, I just let other people fight.
That's right. Well, the other weekend, but we won't talk about that, right? We'll talk about that offline. Yeah. Yeah. So any other insight, man? I mean, you seem to be the guy that's breaking the news before everybody, man. So any other names out there?
Working on some. Like I said, I've been telling people, and I'm pretty confident that we'll sign at least one more forward before the beginning of the season. I've got a couple names, but like with anything, like you put
Yeah,
a name out there and it doesn't happen, everybody comes out for your throat saying, "Oh, it's not true." And then when you wait to find out, they're like, "Well, tell us." So it's
right.
like, okay, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to give you the correct information, or you just want me to give you information?
Right. Well,
Right?
just go ahead and tell me now, and then we'll just talk about it later if it comes true.
Ronaldo. No, I'm
Don't
just
run
kidding.
auto. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man. So I mean, there's a lot of exciting stuff, man. So I'm looking forward to DC, right? If you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
are going to DC, what's that?
right. I'm excited to see. So one of the things that I noticed that I think we'll see a lot is a lot of the players that we have can play in a lot of different positions, right?
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
you saw Jordi Alcivar play the 8, and you saw him play the 6. You've
Yep.
seen Titi Ortiz. You can throw him up in the midfield. You can put him as a false 9. You can throw him on the wing.
Yep.
So it's very interesting the fluidity that the team can have. My only concern is right now is I feel like we'll still be lacking goals. If we're not finding Swiderski, if our midfield isn't linking play well, it's going to be difficult for us to score.
Yep.
And we're already seeing it, man. The last 3 games we've scored 1 goal.
And where'd that player go?
Huh?
I said, where did that player end up going?
So
A top goal scorer, man. A top goal scorer.
right, so our very first game, Oberton and Kyle Holcomb scored, which
Right.
both of them aren't with the team anymore.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
That's be interesting. But yeah, we definitely need some action up top for sure, man. Give us something, But again, going back to the Miami game, I'd be curious to see if we keep just stepping like we were, like going from the Charleston game all the way now looking through the Miami game. Hopefully, we keep rolling.
yeah, I want him to continue working with Yordi Reyna, bro. He's been the most lively player we've had. Honestly,
Yeah,
to me, he's been the best player I've seen in the tournament. Like he looks like a really good player. He's aggressive. He's a dribbler. They call him el chocolate. So
yeah,
that just means he's a saucy player,
right,
uh,
right, right.
South American term. But you can
Yeah,
see more dangerous with him, and they're looking for him.
yeah. Well, I mean, we also got Mello too, right? I know he's hurt.
Yeah,
I think you bumped into him not too long ago on your stalk missions of players around Charlotte, right?
yeah, I did bump
You know?
into him.
Yeah, yeah. If you guys are looking for a private investigator, the Top End does this on the side, right? So just to know, right? If you ever need
Right,
one, just hit him up. Yeah, just slide into his DMs, right? But
right.
yeah, I mean, so I mean, he he comes into the play, right? That's going to mix it up a little bit
Yeah.
too. I mean,
So
obviously he's going to be behind it.
and maybe that's why we've seen Oberton longer than expected. Maybe he just wasn't in Miguel's
Possibly.
plan all along.
Right,
But
right.
given that Melo's been injured, given that Gaines picked up a knock and he just played this second game, he
Hmm.
decided to maybe keep Oberton a little longer than he wanted to because he let go of Manny Perez. He let go of I can't think of the other guy's name. Pretty Kyle
Yeah.
and said, "Hey, you guys aren't gonna fit my system. I
You're
don't
not
see
going to
you
get
getting
him playing
playing for
time.
us."
Yeah.
Maybe he saw the same thing with Oberton, but given the lack of players he had, he decided to keep him a little longer. Now, again, this is
Right.
just speculation.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't have dinner with Mars before you came on?
No, I'm gonna
Dude,
have
we've
dinner
talked
with
about this, man, right? We gotta prepare, we gotta prepare.
him.
That's right. No, so, you know, the switch formations here, maybe like a 3-4-3. I think Mars actually said at one point, right, that we're going to be kind of fluid, or it's going to be
Well, that's
live,
what
right?
he said it'll probably start as a 4-3-3, but he's like, I like to mix it up.
And that also depends on the opponent too, right?
And the availability of players that he has. I mean,
That's
that's what
true.
he
That's
said.
true too. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, man. DC's, we've been doing this what now, 2 years? Just talking about what could be, and here we
Yeah,
are, and it's gonna be. So I'm
right.
stoked, man.
Me
You
too.
know,
I'm
it's,
very excited to see what we can do, man.
yeah. I mean, the fans out there, everybody's stoked. I know if you go into DC, a lot of people, if you're not a part of any of the supporters groups, look them up. They got some places where we're gonna be tailgating before the games and some activities and that kind of stuff. So, I'd love to see you guys out there. And then obviously we're just gonna have a packed supporter section, I guess, at Audi Field, right?
Right.
Yeah,
That
man.
was fun.
So, yeah, that's a good question, Graham. So, do we think that Saturday's lineup will closely resemble our lineup against DC?
No,
You don't?
I don't.
You think he's gonna? This is a tactic on Mars to not put his starting lineup out there?
Yeah, I really do. I think he's just trying things out right now.
Yeah,
And
but wouldn't you think at least the second half of the Miami game that he might want to have like close to starters that he wants out there just so that they can kind of gel and play, right? Because you're not going to be able to take 7 people off at halftime,
yeah, potentially. But I think
potentially.
Miguel is one of those coaches that you just expect the unexpected,
Right,
you know.
right.
But like
Yeah,
I think in his mind he has an idea of what he wants, and I'm gonna ask him to Saturday. That
yeah.
was one of my questions
Oh,
for
yeah,
if he does a press conference, if the starting lineup that he has is resembling to what he wants in DC. So
yeah. That
good
would be
job,
interesting to see.
Graham's
What's
reading
that?
his mind, man.
I know Graham actually told you to ask that question.
Right,
So,
pretty much.
yeah, Graham is the behind the scenes guy for Top Ben's questions. Top
For
Ben is
real.
the pretty face on the camera.
Start asking Graham now.
Yeah,
Make me
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys need any insight, at Graham on Twitter. Right. Yeah. But no, man, I'm stoked, man. I can't wait, dude. Like it's just been so long coming. We've been all trying to put this content out and keep everybody engaged. And
It is, man. I think also what's gonna be there's like there's interesting storylines that can happen through the season as well if we do well and if we don't do well as well, man. Because I think right now all the hype is here. Obviously, like we've never played. We'll have
right,
a soccer team, but
yep,
after the 10-15 games, so in my opinion, after 15 games, we can really assess Miguel's team, what they have, what needs improvement, where we're at, where we are in terms of the team that we have, right?
right. Well, the good
And
thing is, right? Go ahead.
and if that product is not good enough, let's say, then my question would be, how do you justify paying one of the highest MLS prices with a product that's below par, right?
That's fair. So, okay,
But
let me stop you right there.
yeah,
Right, because if we're below par, right? Obviously, we got the summer wins up, right? So we can bring in some players there.
right.
You know, the pricing is always going to be a scapegoat of some sort for the club, right? They're always going to get dinged with that. Yes,
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not a big fan of the prices either. You know,
anytime that's where the club shot themselves in the foot. Anytime something negative happens, people can
yeah,
always bring that up.
right, yeah. But I guess my point is, with that set aside, right? It seems like most of the MLS, at least the people that we banter and everything online, right? Because we get in there pretty deep with some folks, right? And
Right.
I mean, I just can't help talk shit back to them. It's in my nature, right? And that's where I get my kicks. But they want us to fail, man. It's like they're almost scared of us coming, man.
You know who wants us to fail the most? Austin, because they had
Austin.
a poor season. So
Yeah.
they
Well, we'll
want
finish higher than second from bottom, man. We'll finish higher second than bottom.
yeah,
No, we love you. We are Austin TV boys, by the way, man. And some of them guys are coming down for the LA game, I believe. So,
nice.
that's going to be a fun weekend for sure. But yeah, I mean, people like Atlanta's kind of got an eye on us, right? You
Right.
know, Cincinnati, they just ready to give up the spoon. So, they're hoping that we suck, right? But, you
Right.
know, I'm hoping I think we're gonna surprise some folks, man. I really do. So, yeah, like Preston says, right? If we start slow, be ready to have some thick skin, right? Big target for the ticket prices, the owner, and some major toxicity there,
Right.
But I mean, that comes with the sport too, right? I mean, you always give me shit about Spurs, and I'm used to it. So it's like, if we make the playoffs, right, we're already done one better than Spurs anyway. So
Right.
fuck you, Spurs haters.
Yeah, man.
So yeah. But yeah, man. So again, DC's coming up. We got Miami, right? So, we got a couple of names that we've been looking at. Top Ben's not ready to drop all of them yet. So,
Nice.
maybe you guys can start atting him out there on Twitter land. So,
So keep
he
on
just feel the
trucking
pressure.
what we have.
Yeah, it's sliding in your DMs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So,
I'll,
yeah,
I'll,
man.
that's what I'm cooking for them. They'll see something soon from me.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
wanna you wanna spill some beans like soon, as in like tomorrow?
Sí, ahorita les voy a empezar a decir las cosas.
Let's see. Yeah,
Nice, man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But no,
man.
man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think so. It's an interesting dynamic that we have. I had a conversation with somebody in Charleston that's pretty close to the club that even they told me, they're like, "Hey, out of all my years being in professional soccer, I've never had this many deals break through, like not happen. Like the situation with Machis,
Yeah,
that didn't go through. The situation with the Polish winger for Derby County,
right.
that,
Well, he got hurt, right?
right. That's what I'm saying. Like all these extra factors that they weren't considering. I mean, like nobody thought that a bar fight would stop Machis from joining us, right?
I feel like somebody could throw in a couple of 100 grand one way, and that would have just disappeared. But man, I don't know, Tepper, man, you could have got wrote a check and cleared that right off, man.
Right, right. There's also a player I know of in the Eredivisie that didn't go through. There's also something about a Mexican player that they made a good offer on and they didn't accept it either. So there's been a lot of work behind the scenes that we just don't know, and some that we do that like I'm like, okay, like if we had that front three, if I can't think of this guy's name from Derby County, if we had Swiderski, if we had Machis on the front three, that's
Yeah,
totally different, bro. Not to mention add Jordi Reyna, not to mention having Mackenzie Gaines and see what he can do.
right, right.
So
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, we can only go with what we got, right?
exactly.
So either way, man, I'm gonna be behind these boys 100%.
That's it,
Uh,
bro. We're
you
gonna
know,
be there and we're gonna be asking the questions that the fans want to know as
that's right,
well.
man. That's it. We're here by the fans, for the fans. Damn it, right? You know,
100%.
yeah. So we got some koozies with that too. I believe the shipping department at Southbound and Crown is giving those out. So yeah,
That's
if
what
you
they
guys are
said.
looking for some koozies, what's that?
Yeah, I
Oh,
said that's what
I
they
should have
said.
got it. Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, man. So, anything else you want to touch on, man? What about something, right? So, go back to what we first started talking about with Mars talking about how we're screwed and all that kind of stuff at first, right? But before that was the news of like Mark leaving, right?
Uh-huh.
And it seemed to be the ball started kind of just moving slowly towards like the bad side of
Negative, yeah.
things, right? Yeah. So I mean, obviously we don't know why he left, right? I mean, there's been so much speculation around that. I'm just going to assume that he had a great job offer that he couldn't turn down, and that's why he went the way he did. But
I think there's
I feel 100%. I'm sure there is.
yeah,
I just feel like we might have lost a little bit of that MLS knowledge, right? Because if you think about it, like Zoran and those
yeah.
guys, they're not really from the MLS, right? I mean, they're doing great on the scouting department. Don't get me wrong, but when it comes to MLS, it's a little different, right?
It is, bro. And I mean, 15 out of the 25 players that we have never played in the MLS.
Yeah, yeah,
So you add that on top of these players have never been together.
right.
But my silver lining for our team is that the guys that we have are just not only are they good players, but they're also good people and they
Yeah,
want to succeed. You know what I'm saying? Like even
yeah,
like take for example Miguel's comment about the team wanting to have dinner together after the game when they had free time.
yeah,
That lets you know. I saw an interview that Guzman Corujo did in Spanish, and he talked about, he's like, we have to back up the leadership. He's like, yeah, it's cool that I'm representing captain today, but he's like, we've got experienced players like you. One of my roles is to help guys like Christian Fuchs, who is the most experienced guy here, to lead this team, right?
Right,
So when
right.
I hear stuff like that, that gives me confidence in the team. It gives me confidence that the people in there are that the people in there want to gel the team together. Even Jalen, man,
Yeah, did you
Jalen.
read his article today?
I didn't get a chance to. Actually,
I
I
mean,
read some of it.
that's what he touched on, right? How, like, I mean, for his age, right? He's got some MLS experience. I mean, maybe not last season, the season before, but I mean, he pretty much played all season for
Right.
Sporting, right? And
And
so,
he even said that, man. He even said during the interview, like someone asked him if he considers himself like a leader. He said 100%. He's
right,
like, I've gotten MLS experience. Even when that fight broke out, like typical like that. I just like, it's funny to me. Like the first people I see in that fight are Guzman Corujo, Jordi Reina, Alan Franco, Joseph Moore. Like all the
right.
Spanish dudes are ready to brawl.
Yeah. Be careful though, man. Your contract might get terminated, right? But
Right.
no, I mean, to touch on Guzman though, right? He really impressed me though
Yeah.
on Tuesday, right? It was night and day for him.
To me, I would really, really love to see him as a captain, man, because
You
I
think?
he brings that. Yeah,
So
he
who
would.
do we put in the back then, right? I mean, we got Walks, we got John, we got Fuchs, we got
That'll be the interesting thing. I think Miguel has a lot of thinking to do with that center back pairing.
yeah. I think Jan's in. I think Jan's in, man.
I think Orujo's in. I think
Yeah,
Jan could get the nod. I really want Jan to get the nod.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
Orujo brings you that level of leadership. Even McCoon, bro. McCoon had a
McCoon too,
great
right?
game.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
one thing I noticed while being there, he was very vocal as well. Like he was talking to Jordy. He was talking to people. Like I'm like, dude, this 21-year-old is back there commanding the defense as well, right?
yeah.
At a young age. And it's no surprise he was captain of the U20 Venezuela team, right?
Right.
So he's bringing that experience that he has in the leadership. And even at his young age, in this team of everybody just together, like he's bringing that as well.
Well, see, I think that was the big difference, though. Uh, Regardless of the play itself, right? The first game against Charleston, man, there wasn't much yelling and chattering, and like players trying to talk to each other and communicating.
The team was
It
just
seemed
nervous, bro.
right
I think it's just the team was very, very nervous.
for sure. I mean, it's because us fans showed up, man.
Right.
We came rolling in there, man.
That's how
You
it
know.
became real to us. It became
Mhm.
real to them, right?
But you would think though, as professionals, right? That they've
Right,
done it before, right? But
right.
I
But
would
then you got to think like a lot of these guys have never played in Miguel's style of play.
right. That's fair. Well, I mean, some of them have because
Well,
we
yeah,
used to coach
right.
them.
Like Alan Franco,
Yeah,
Titi,
yeah.
yeah,
But no, I will say that the communication on the pitch itself between the players on the second game was way more vocal than
right.
the first game, which then to me kind of goes into the actual way the team plays and the better performance, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
so all I wanted to see him do on Saturday is just come out running and screaming around, right? And then that way, but yeah,
Well, what would you be happier with Saturday? Let me ask.
Saturday.
Would you be happier with a 1-0 win against Inter Miami and we don't look that great? Or you can actually see a good style of play and what we're doing and we lose 1-0?
Well, obviously, if I can tell that the team is playing better and looking better, at least in preseason, the results don't really matter.
All
I
right.
mean, I feel like we have to keep expanding, right? So we lost, we drew. Hopefully, we win 1-0 at least, right? It would be good to see a goal, right? Just to kind of get
Yeah.
that alpha back, even if it's 1-1, right? Just let's get a goal. Let's see. But
Yeah. Yeah. Our fans have yet to celebrate a goal.
yeah, I know, and I can't believe I'm not going to be there Saturday. Oh God, no.
Come on, bro.
I know. Maybe I should come. Screw
Yeah.
it, kids. Another road trip.
Right.
That was a long day, though, Jorge, man. That was a
Come
long
on.
day.
We've been
I'm
waiting
getting
years.
old, man. Look at this. I'm going gray, man. I got way too much stress in my life, man. Now you're trying to make me do another day trip. I have to take like 3 kids with me this time. They just keep multiplying in my house, man. I don't know where the hell did y'all come from?
Next
You know?
weekend it'll be 9.
Yeah, right. For sure, for sure. But yeah, man. So I mean, yeah. To your point, improvement on the way the team plays, right?
Right.
And I'm going to disagree with you. I think he's going to try to play more of who he wants in the starting lineup.
Okay. That's fair.
But but have they even released numbers yet?
Yeah, they have. Or
Is it
not no.
officially? Because I mean, we see him wearing them, right? I
Yeah.
don't know. Everybody's wanting to get their shirts made and get their
Yeah.
names on the back, and it's like, man, you might
If
get the wrong
Sigart
number.
watches this, he already knows. When I buy his shirt, he's signing it. He already
Who's that?
promised. Chris Hagart.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we're just gonna streak on the field, man, and we're gonna get them all to sign it. Right. That's what Jorge said. The first goal, he's streaking, man. You heard it here first, folks. Right. But
Nice.
yeah, man. No, I'm excited. We're finally like, our platform's growing, your platform's growing, right? The fans are growing, more people are coming
Yes.
in and out.
Shout out to all you guys,
For
Graham,
sure.
Preston, all these guys that are
Been here
always like
day
commenting
one.
and stuff. Like, bro, like you guys give us motivation to continue to do this, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It takes a lot of work to do what we do. And it's always good to see that the fans are interacting with us and like they actually care and value about what we say. So I just wanted to shout you guys out and say thank you.
Solid. Yeah. For real. Some of you guys have been day one, man, and we really do appreciate it. And
100%.
I mean, we don't love the other guys as much, but you know,
Yeah. And with the way our platforms are going to grow too as well. I mean, we've got like you're doing a giveaway. I got stuff in the works as well. Like I want to make sure that like we take care of all the fans that follow us as well. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? 'Cause like you said, you're here for the fans. I am too. I'm here to give you guys the information. I'm here to ask the questions that y'all want to ask. You know what I'm saying?
that's right. That's right. So Jay's asking us a question. I'm going to let you answer this one, man. So, what impact, if any, do you think the parents of players like Avakar, Franco, the Polish folks, have on the team?
That's a great question.
Yeah, that is a great question.
Yeah, I think, and like not to mention the Alan Franco, Titi Ortiz, where they've actually played under Miguel before as well,
Right.
and Melo to a degree. But
Yeah.
I think overall it just helps in terms of the team chemistry.
Right.
I think that's the most important thing right now that I think a lot of our players are realizing, right? Like it's going to take time to develop in Miguel's system, but one thing that they can control and one thing that they can continue to add is that team chemistry. Keep building that team bond, that team spirit, that team camaraderie, because that's really going to help them if all of them are together. Like I said, the Guzman Corujo interview I watched was really good, bro. I really liked everything that he said, and it
Right.
gave me like a small insight. Him, Jalen, even what Miguel said, gives us a small insight of what's going on inside and what the players are thinking and what they're talking about. And you know what? Like these guys care. They
Yeah.
want to make sure that we're successful. And I
Right.
think overall, that's what I see.
Yeah. No, I agree. I've got no disagreement with your comments there. And I just want to say another shout out, man. And everybody, you guys know him. He used to be, he's still a good friend of the show just because of his job that, we kind of have to.
We went corporate on this.
He did, man. We're going to shout out to corporate Caleb, man. Caleb, buddy, we love you, man. You're such a good guy. If you're not following him on Twitter or any of that, man, make sure you follow him. He puts some great content out. It's all on the club's website. Caleb, man, you're doing a great job too, buddy. He was a day one as well, right?
Right.
Yeah, we love Caleb. But yeah, man. So, I mean, other than that, I guess the next big thing is us on the show, right? We're going to be doing some comment. We'll do a live show every Wednesday if we're not playing on the Wednesday. We'll talk about the game before, and then we'll talk about the upcoming game. And so, yeah, man. I mean, shit's getting real.
Right.
We
And
have a
we'll be hosting a Twitter space after the game in Charleston this Saturday as well. So
yeah,
tentative times 10:30, depending on if we get after the game, if I get a chance to be in the press interviews after that is when I want to do the Twitter space, because I want to hear from you guys. I want to see what you guys are thinking as well. Like, are we lining up? Are we seeing things eye to eye? That's one thing I love about football. All of us have different opinions, and I want to hear what the fans have to say.
Are you gonna do that after every game then?
Yeah, most likely.
That's legit. Yeah, maybe I'll show up to the next one. I was a
Yeah,
little busy Saturday, man. Am I bad, dude?
I
Or
mean,
no, Tuesday.
JT's carrying CLTFC Fan TV now, bro. You don't want to do anything.
I know, man. It is what it is. I had to take a little vacation. I had to take a mental break, man. But I'm back in the saddle, man. Ready to ride out the next 34 games for sure. So, but yeah, unless you guys want to talk about anything else, I guess we'll go ahead and shut this thing down, man. We'll give a second. You got anything you want to touch on, Jorge?
No, I think you covered it all.
Yeah, I mean, how can we find you, buddy?
So my apartment number. No, I'm just kidding. You
Such
can
a
find
smart
us
ass all the
on
time.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at TopBin90, TikTok at Real TopBin90. It's really cool, man. I got some stuff that I'm working on behind the scenes that I can't talk about just yet. But guys, get ready. I mean, I think we're gonna do Charlotte taco reviews as well. So I got a lot of love from that little taco thing I did on my vlog. So I think that'll be something we'll do in Charlotte too. And I want to have like special guests. Like I want to have you guys. I want to have hooligans. I want to have people that
For sure.
we interact in other spots. So just cool stuff like that and other stuff that I'm working on as well. So
yeah, we got you, man. Yeah, again, Jay, we don't really have Jorge's got some names apparently, but he just doesn't know when to put them out there. So,
well, I can't confirm anything yet, so there's no point.
Fair.
Just a hint. If you okay, I'll give you a hint.
There we go. Got him, Jay.
One of the players that I think will sign speaks a Romance language. We'll just leave it at that.
He's French?
Maybe.
Ooh, wee. That's it, a Romance language. His last name is Shakespeare or something, huh?
Something like that.
All right, folks. As always, man, we really appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't, go subscribe to Top Bin 90 on YouTube and follow him on all the socials. Make sure you hit our sub button, man. We really appreciate it. If we hit 1,000 subs before we kick off in DC, we will get one lucky winner. Will get to pick a jersey of their choice. Yeah, we might. Yeah, we'll even let you guys, if you got a player's name or something you want to put on there, we'll even go that far. So, big stuff, man. Big stuff. So hold on a second. So last time I got in trouble because I'd say cut it off too early before everybody got their questions in. All right. Looks like we're good, man. All right, folks. Y'all take care. See ya.